I know y'all watching the Bulls game, but I need y'all to stick in and tune in real quick. We got some breaking news. TJ Edwards just signed. We're gonna get into the details after the music though.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Thank y'all for tuning in on a random, quick, but important live. Hey, it's your boy Stevo from Chicago Bears Central. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode and another live. Hey, bro, Ryan Poles does it yet again. This man then signed TJ Everett for a 2-year deal, actually a 3-year deal worth $19.5 million. A stain, a stain, a stain. One more time, a stain. Once again, like I keep saying, one thing we can say, we got all of these things we can say about Ryan Poles, the things that he didn't get done, the things he still need to improve on. But the one thing we can 100% without a shadow of a doubt, this man can do his thing when it comes to that money. And this is a good deal. We all know that when it comes to this linebacker court, especially this this guy is probably the best guy we got on the squad, the most productive guy on our squad, the leader on our squad, and for him to only be sitting here with a $19.5 million contract for 3 years, that's a steal. That's definitely a steal. I don't know how he keep doing it. Him being Pose, but Pose continually keep getting ahead of the curve when it comes to this contract. He got it ahead of the curve when it came to Jalen Johnson with his contract. We all sit here like, bro, that's a discount. Now we see that a couple days ago he locked down our nickel corner, and that was a discount. Well, it's not a discount now because he's the highest paid nickel now, but who knows what the next highest nickel gonna be? Because as far as we know, this man Ryan Poles always get ahead of the curve, and he's sitting here not letting things. He's not letting things like the things that's going on in Cincinnati, where Trey His is over there tripping because ain't no money to go to him no more because y'all waited 5+ years to pay him what he's earned. Pose ain't sitting there allowing that to happen. If we got some blue chip players, which we ain't been having, and it's kind of been hard to find those blue chippers. Once you realize these are blue chip guys that I want to establish a part of my squad, you need to lock them down. You need to pay them so you don't have to worry about that mess when you're trying to win. And that's the most important. We're going towards the path of trying to win. We're looking to make the playoffs, and now that's just one less person on our back that we got to worry about with the money side. He's locked in, he's locked and loaded, and it's for a stain. We got that man for a stain, and I already see how y'all feeling in the building. We got Frank Nitty in the building. So great job holding down the fort. Hey, you got to. I know the Bulls playing, pissing everybody off, but if it's some Bears news, it has to get done for sure. That's the old deal, wasn't it? He just got 2 years. I don't know. I think that's what it is. Like I saw it when it first broke. It said 2 years, 2 years, $20 million, but it might be 3 years. Let me double check. Might have to update that. Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, so as far as I'm knowing, it's still a 2 year, $20 million. Regardless, it's still a good deal in my opinion. So, regardless of the fact, I think we both can agree that this man's way worth more than that. And the fact that he's only getting 20, hey, I can't get mad at it. Hey, the same. Hey, hometown. Hey, that I think it probably is a hometown discount. I mean, when it comes down to it. He's a hometown guy. He never has officially won here, and he's been somewhere where he know what winning's at. So it probably was a deal. He wanted to stay here. So his best friends is on his team now. So yeah, I get why he would do something like that. Bad guy John. Hey, appreciate you for tuning in, bro. We like we said, we the number one spot for all Chicago sports. So that's what we gonna do. Big Fred said they could have gave TJ Wayne more money he deserved. I'm glad he signed. And that's the thing. And that was my biggest thing. When we both said it, even when Bobby said on the other stream, we was like, damn, he only got $20 million. Like, we see people that if some people in this league at his ilk, at his talent, and how long he been in the league, if you put a $20 million contract in their face, you causing problems in your whole locker room if you do some shit like that. Jack Martinez, our best defensive player at a huge bargain. Literally, I can't say it better. He's literally, if not the best defensive player that we have. We're gonna have a $3 million in the cap space. With that, it's time to pay Caleb. Yeah. Even though, hopefully, I'm gonna be honest. I hope he's paying attention to what a lot of these quarterbacks doing because they're getting that wow ass contract that is crazy, 200, $300 million contract, but eventually they realize I can't keep none of the people that I have on my current team, or I can't get no people to come my team if I don't reconstruct it. So hopefully he just goes in not trying to break the bank. Really beaming. CJ has been our best linebacker since he's been here. He's been somewhat of a disappointment for sure. Yeah, it's a 2-year deal. I just clarified that. We're gonna fix it once this over, but it's a 2-year, $20 million deal. Players want to be here. What a change in this organization. No, for real. Because that, like you just said, that's not always been the case here. Like a lot of people has left. Hell, we just seen one of those players, I forget who it was. He used to play for the Seahawks for a long time, talking bad stuff about us as an organization, what we did in practice, and also we all know how Martellus Bennett killed us in the past. So like, yeah, we definitely we earned that reputation for sure. But it's glad to see it's turning. Let me see. Says Poe's making smart moves, keeping a roster of talent together, none like familiar faces. Keep things going. Go Bears. Facts. You always want to see familiar faces, especially a vocal. Well, I don't know if he's necessarily the most vocal guy, but he's the type of guy that leads by example, and he's that guy that you need on this roster. If anybody gonna be listened to on this squad, it's gonna be TJ. He said time for the MLB jab. I don't I mean, well, when it comes to that time, I'm sure Big Mike and Big Kev over there is gonna handle that on their respective channels on Shy Bull Cubs, on Shy Bull Sox. I mean Shy Bull Chicago Sox Central, Chicago Cubs Central, which they're going to start a new channel on them due to it being strike right now. We working on getting that back up, but trust me, the contract gonna come for sure. Man, we got a vibe going in this shot time. Bro, we got a vibe going with all these teams. Like the Bulls is looking promising for the first time in years. The Sky with Haley Van Lith, Angel Reese, everybody that's going to that attention. I think Bears is number one spot right now. Ever since Caleb and everything that came in. So yeah, Chicago is where it at right now, to be honest with you. Pose getting these deals done early. I mean, yeah, like that's the point. Like he's getting them done very early, and he's not breaking the bank. He's get them, and I think that's what it is. I think he's sitting them down. He's throwing out a respectable number at first, so it's not really. You don't get in these situations where whatever respective position is looking to be the most paid at their position. Like I think that's what happens. People, these organizations and GMs let these players and their most talented players, they let them get to the point where you then not pay them what they want. You to sometimes franchise tag others to some degree, and then when it gets to the point where they're playing out their contract and they can make the argument that they should be getting top paid at their position, that's when you get in a predicament where you lose your player or you got to end up spending the money you wasn't trying to spend if you don't do it. Pose ain't allowing that to happen. He's getting this shit done early, so we don't do it. I think the only thing that happened, like Jalen Johnson had to prove here, is because we let Jalen Johnson go on that market. He said we ain't trying to pay. We don't know exactly what he was asking for, but it was rumored that it was around 20 plus a year. And we was like, go ahead. If you think somebody else is gonna give you that money, go ahead. Nobody did. He can't we said if you play well this season, we're gonna come back to it and we're gonna give you what you earned. He came out there next year, played well, got them turnovers that we asked for, and guess what? We paid him. So he's a man of his word and he's willing to get the deal done. So that's another thing. I'm sure people around the league that's willing to get out their space and out their team is looking at them, looking at us. And it's like, okay, they ain't playing around over here. Real said they can't pay everyone. They already have rework contracts in order to sign the year's rookies in class. Yeah, I think that was for somebody that asked a little earlier, like who else we think. I think we ain't paying nobody else in the next foreseeable future. I think the next time we pay somebody, especially somebody that's already on this team, it's probably not either going to be till mid-season of the season coming up or the off season. Most likely, I would say most of it's going to be in the off season, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, Frankie. Them motherfuckers need to take notes because they the main two that just sit on talent and don't pay them what they need to be paid for to the point where they either gotta get rid of them or they gotta overpay them. I'm shocked the owners are opening up their checkbook to get what they pay for now, and it's time for the players to start the stud coaches and produce. No, I think it. I know for a long time our owner was saying he don't care or he ain't listening to what we were saying. That motherfucker started listening. That's what it was. He honestly started listening. He started hearing what other GMs and other ownerships felt about the organization. And he probably felt embarrassed. And I think he came over the last few years, he's realized, let me get out the fucking way. And let me just, if I want things to work, I have to spend money. If I don't spend money, how am I gonna get the best players and the best coaches? So he's finally his words and actions are starting to match. And that's one thing out of all the fucking flack I've gave McCaskey, he is finally starting to match his actions with his words. And that's all I can ask for. That's literally all I can ask for. I don't think he getting paid again. I think we gonna just I mean he might. But like I said, I think that if we do decide to pay Tunley, it will probably be mid season to the off season. But yeah, y'all. Once again, if you're just tuning in, if you don't know the news, it says on the thumbnail, but that is not right. It's not 3 years, 19.8. It's actually 2 years, 20 million, which is a hell of a deal, hell of a stain for TJ Edwards. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. I know y'all trying to get back to this Bulls game. I don't even know what's going on, but thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all want to tune in to all the Chicago sports central pages, that's Bulls, Bears, White Sox, Cubs, Blackhawks, anything, Sky. Anything with Chicago, put a central behind it. Most likely, we got a channel for it. But thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. It's been real.